Okay guys, I've been doing terrible at being on YouTube, so I'm not even gonna make any promises like I'm just gonna be consistent, because at this point I'd be lying. But that brings me back to the point of what I'm trying to say on this video, or what I want to discuss when it comes to this video, is consistency does not always look like what you think consistency looks like. A lot of times when it comes to being consistent with any type of goal that you're having, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that consistency doesn't mean that you show up with the same exact amount of energy at the same exact time every single day. Consistency is like understanding the ebbs and flows of whatever goal you have, and understanding that there'll be some high points and there'll be some low points, but the goal is to make sure that you always get back on track no matter how many times you slip, because slipping up or getting off track is a part of the process. And if you don't have the mindset of, well, I missed a day or I missed 2 days, so let me just get back on track and pick up where I left off, if you don't have that mindset, it's going to be really hard for you to stay consistent with your goals, because consistency doesn't mean that you don't ever miss a day. Consistency doesn't mean that you don't ever slack. It means that I know that when I slack, I'm gonna pick that shit up right where I left off and keep it pushing and try to do my best and try to stay on my P's and Q's as best as possible. Because a lot of times we kind of psych ourselves out, and it's like, well, I already missed a day, I already missed 2 days, I already missed 4 days, I already missed a month. And then a month has gone by and you keep telling yourself, well, I already missed a month, so I gotta start over, I gotta start from scratch, I gotta do this, I gotta do this big thing, I gotta show up even more spectacular than usual because I've been falling off. And you see this a lot. I know I talk about content and being on social media, but a lot of what I say kind of revolves around any type of long-term goal that you have. But you see this a lot when it comes to fitness. When you see someone going on a fitness journey and then they kind of slip up and they miss a day, and then they miss 2 days, and then they miss a week, and then they miss a month, they will usually, not always, but a lot of times people don't understand that the reason that you're having such a hard time staying consistent, as in picking up where you left off and just, getting back on track, a lot of times it's because of the mindset that you have to make up for the time that you missed. And it's not always that you have to make up for the time that you missed. It is about getting right back on track where you left off and readjusting your plan or your goals or whatever it might be to fit you better, because a lot of times we slip up and we slack because our goals might be a little too much, or they might not be realistic for our lifestyle or our work schedule or whatever kind of schedule we have. So if you see that you're slacking and you're slipping up, it might be that you need to reevaluate your plan. Your plan has to work for you. Not only do you have to work for the plan has to work for you. So if you had a plan to post content this many times a week, but it's not working out with your schedule, you have to ask yourself two things. Did I make a realistic plan, or do I really just need to lock in? Because sometimes you need to lock in, but sometimes you also need to adjust your plan so that you can actually keep up with what you're trying to keep up with. And when you slip up and when you get off track, and then you tell yourself, oh, I gotta make up for all the time that I missed, then that's where your burnout happens. Because let's just say your plan was to post content 3 times a week, and then somehow life gets the best of you. Sometimes you have busy months. This month right now is my birthday month. I'm also graduating from cosmetology school. I also have to take my state boards. So there's a lot going on for me this month. So I could say that's my excuse, but I'm not gonna let it be an excuse because I'm still here. But just that's the type of stuff that happens when people, kind of get off track. So you have to ask yourself, am I off track because I'm being lazy? Am I off track because this is just a busy time for me? And how can I squeeze in my goals and make time for the things that I really want to make time for in the midst of life happening? Because life is not even. Every day is not going to be the same. So you got to learn how to stick with your goals even when, life is throwing you curveballs, because life will always throw you curveballs. So staying consistent doesn't mean that, you're always going to show up the same exact way at the same exact time every day. It means that, okay, let's just say I had a goal of posting content on YouTube 3 times a week, but then life gets busy. Well, this might be a crazy month for me. I might not be able to get on YouTube and edit videos and post videos 3 times a week. So this month I might have to adjust my goal and only post once a week. Or a lot of times when people like say, let's just say that they say they're going to post 3 times a week, and then boom, a month has gone by and they haven't posted anything. Then that's when people get in the mindset where, oh, I'm going to post every single day because I missed a month. And then they get burnt out. So then they'll post every single day for 2 weeks straight. And then they're like, oh, like, I don't have time for other stuff. Because at the end of the day, we have to balance our life. Our life is not just one thing. So it's like, okay, they post every single day for 2 weeks straight, and then they get burnt out, and then they don't post again for two more months because they overcompensated for the time that they missed. So being consistent doesn't always look like what you think it looks like, but I just wanted to get on here, remind you guys that consistency is a long journey. The more consistent you are, the more you'll understand that, okay, this is a long month for me. August is usually a long month for me, so I can plan for next August. I know that August is a big month for me because not only do I have all this stuff going on, my son also starts school this month too, so like I literally have a lot going on. So then I can know for next August, I'm gonna have to be a little bit more strategic about making time for everything that I need to make time for. And then on top of that, it's like, it's okay for me to be doing something. Let's just say I post 4 times a month. That's not my real goal, but let's just say I post 4 times a month, and then I miss a month. I don't have to post 6 times that next month just because I missed a month. I just have to see where I fell off, what happened, take inventory of what I need to fix, what I need to change, and then apply that to the next month. But don't feel like you need to overcompensate for you missing time. Like if you go to the gym and you're consistent, and then boom, something happens, you go on vacation, you got a busy month, it's your birthday month, kids going back to school, and then you miss a month, you don't have to go to the gym every single day after that to make up for it. That is not realistic. You know why it's not realistic? It's because a lot of times if you're thinking in the short term, that's when you think you have to overcompensate and like do a lot at once. But if you're thinking in the long term, when you think long term, you understand that like, I have time. I'm just going to keep showing up the way that I show up. I'm just going to keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when I've had a rocky week or two where I didn't really do anything and I didn't move. That is natural, that is normal, but you have to learn how to bounce back from the natural ebbs and flows of life and the natural ebbs and flows of, you know, staying consistent, because consistency doesn't mean that you don't ever miss a day. It means that you get back on track when you realize that you're off track. Consistency doesn't mean that you're going to show up with the same amount of energy every time you show up. It means that I might show up on one of these videos and I'm like super tired and I just get it out just to get it out. And then other times I'm going to have a lot of energy, and other times I might edit my video to the max, and the other times I might not edit my video at all. So just understanding that consistency doesn't mean that you are the same every single time you show up. There's no way for you to be the same every single time, because there's always so much going on in the background. And unless you don't have kids, unless you don't have a job, unless you don't have relationships, unless you don't have any type of, like, you're working with the optimal health and don't have any type of health issues, whether that be big or small, mental or physical, there's no way humanly possible that you can show up, because you are not a machine. You cannot show up the exact same every single time, every single day. You are not a machine. You do not run off of a battery. So sometimes you got this much energy to give, and sometimes you got this much energy to give. Sometimes you have this much time to give, sometimes you have this much time to give, and you have to learn how to work through all of that. So yeah, that was what I wanted to say today, and just wanted to get that out there, because first of all, I have to stop overthinking, because I've been postponing making this content. So I'm telling y'all stuff that I need to hear myself too, and just remind myself that, you know, I'm gonna just get back on track. I'm not gonna sit here and punish myself for the time that I didn't post, because that's what a lot of people do. When you overcompensate, a lot of times we're trying to punish ourselves for missing a month or not doing something the exact way that we always do it, or not being perfect. So you don't have to punish yourself, but you just show up and give your best and be as authentic and as real as possible. So with that being said, I don't know when I will see y'all again, but I will be back. I'm gonna do once a week. I hate to say that because I know how I am, because YouTube is like literally on the bottom of my priority list, which I'm trying to move it up. And that's the thing too. Sometimes some stuff is just not at the top of your priority list. Like if you were having health issues, if you're having money issues, if you're having relationship issues, sometimes what used to be your second or third priority gets bumped down to the fourth or fifth, because that's how life is. So yeah, just show up as best as you can, and know that when you're thinking in the long term, you don't have to punish yourself. You don't have to overcompensate for the times that you missed or the times that you slacked off. You just get back on track and just put one foot in front of the other, one day at a time, and just give it your best, and understand that 4, 5, 6 years from now, you will appreciate doing a little bit at a time versus trying to go hard and then burn out, trying to go hard and then burn out, because that doesn't make for a sustainable situation for anybody. Being able to just flow with life and make time and make energy for the things that are important for you, and putting it in where it can fit, that's always going to benefit you more in the long run.